Now, the greatest radio shows of all time.
Suspense.
The Shadow Node.
Washington calling David Harding, counter-spy.
Classic radio theater.
The Great Gildersleeve.
Fibber McGee and Molly.
Dragnet. Gunsmoke.
The Lone Ranger.
Now, step back into our time machine with your host, Wyatt Cox.
Good evening, friends of the Inner Sanctum.
Western adventure, William Conrad. In a place just a few hundred miles from my home, Dodge City, Kansas, Gunsmoke. This episode of the show originally broadcast March 20th, 1954. Old Friend.
Around Dodge City and in the territory on West, there's just one way to handle the killers and the spoilers, and that's with a U.S. Marshal and the smell of gun smoke. Gunsmoke, starring William Conrad. The story of the violence that moved west with young America. The story of a man who moved with it. Matt Dillon, United States Marshal.
Barkeep. What'll it be, stranger?
Nothing.
What?
I don't drink.
Is that what you come in here for, to tell me you don't drink?
I didn't come in here to tell you nothing, Barkeep.
You won't be the first stranger in Dodge I've had to straighten out,
Which
Mr.
one of these men is the marshal?
Marshal?
The marshal. I was told I'd find him here.
He's here. He's sitting right behind you, so don't start nothing.
Oh. Is that him, sitting right there?
That's him.
Well. Marshal Dillon.
Yeah.
I want to talk to you, Marshal.
I'll go ahead.
Do you mind if I sit down?
No.
Now, my name is Ben Corder, Marshal.
Ben Corder.
This is my first time in Dodge.
I know.
And I want to be friends, Marshal.
Why not?
Now, I figure we can do each other a lot of good. A lot of good.
Oh? Is that so?
That sure is. That's why I came to talk to you. See, whenever I come to a new town, I always get to know the man that's running the place. That way I figure there won't be no misunderstandings later on.
Misunderstanding about what?
Well, I'm a gambler, Marshal.
Dodge is an open town, Mr. Corder.
Oh, sure. You see, I make money gambling. Sometimes a lot of money.
You must be pretty lucky.
I'm lucky, all right. But now, you know how sometimes a player will go broke and start a fuss over it, maybe even run to the law about it?
Yeah, I know. And when he does, he's usually been cheated.
Oh, some losers always got to complain about something.
Is that what you came to tell me, Mr. Corder?
Oh, Marshal, you know what I'm talking about. Now, you take care of the troublemakers, and I'll take care of you. Say a quarter of the profits, eh?
Let me explain something to you, Mr. Corder. If a man loses his money gambling, I figure that's his lookout. But I still don't allow any crooked games in Dodge because sooner or later they lead to killing. So you run your game straight, or out you go.
That's not friendly, Marshal.
Now, you've made one mistake, Mr. Corder, trying to bribe me. You make another and you're through here. For good.
Oh, you're one of the hard-nosed lawmen, eh?
You'll find out soon enough, mister.
Will I? Now, I've got an idea that I can persuade you yet, Marshal.
too far to come by. Stay coat. K-O-C-K-D-E-M-I. Mr. Dillon,
Yeah, what is it, Chester?
did you ever hear of a place called Deming?
Deming? Well, that's in New Mexico.
Well, it's a nice place.
Well, sure. Why?
Oh, this girl I know is going to move there.
Oh? Is she a nice girl, Chester?
She was.
What do you mean she was?
Well, I haven't seen her since she was about 10, and that was over 20 years ago.
Well, what are you writing to the girl for, Chester?
Oh, I don't write to her. I write to her brother, Welby. He tells me about everything.
Well, I better get out before you explain it to me.
He wants me to marry up with her, Mr. Dillon.
Oh, he does, huh?
Yes, sir, but once a year, regular, I write and tell him I won't do it. She's getting too danged old. That's what's the matter with her.
Well, don't forget to put the lamp out before you leave the office tonight, Chester.
No, sir, I won't.
Get out!
You see anybody? You want the rifle?
No. Crawl over and put the lamp out, Chester, but keep low.
Yes, sir.
All right, we'll wait here a minute.
He'll get away.
No, he had a rifle, Chester, and he was in the alley right across the street. It was mighty poor shooting. That's all he wanted to do was scare me.
Oh, then it was that gambler you told me about. Corder, huh?
Yeah, maybe. But I can't prove it.
Well, you sure ought to do something about it.
I am. Gonna get something to eat.
What?
Well, you go out and drop the word here and there about me getting shot at.
But why?
Just do it, Chester.
Yes, sir.
I'll be around later.
Evening, Matt.
Hello, Kitty. You, busy?
No? Sit down.
Thank you.
I heard about you getting shot at tonight.
Well, I've been shot before, Kitty.
Oh. And I suppose I shouldn't worry about it.
Now, Kitty, don't start that.
It's just luck you weren't killed years ago, Matt.
It stopped being luck, Kitty, when I learned how to handle a gun myself.
Sure. And anyway, somebody has to enforce the law, don't they?
Well, that's the way I look at it.
I'm sorry, Matt.
Good evening, Marshal.
Hello, Corder.
Ah, right pretty girl.
How long you been wearing shoes, mister?
Now, look here.
Say what you have to say, Corder.
You sure do make it hard to be friends, Marshal. I only wanted to say that I heard that you got shot at tonight.
So?
Well, I'm sorry it happened, that's all. I don't envy a man has to be a marshal. It's mighty dangerous. Besides that, it usually don't pay very good.
And what do you think I ought to do about it, Corder? Quit?
No, that ain't necessary, Marshal. Because if you were smart, you could stay right here and make good money and be real safe to boot.
I didn't know for sure it was you, Corder. But now I know.
What are you talking about?
There's a stage leaving Dodge about sunup. You're going to be on it.
Oh, no, I'm opening a new game across the street tomorrow.
Now take your gun, Corder.
Oh, wait a minute, Marshal. You can't do that.
I think I can.
Oh, by heaven, you...
Corder went to bed early that night, in jail. But I got him up next morning in plenty of time to make the stage. He climbed into it, meek as a bird, and then it left. And I soon forgot about him. Like so many others I'd run out of Dodge, I figured he'd keep going and make his trouble somewhere else. But a couple of weeks later, I found out I'd figured wrong. I was walking up Front Street one afternoon with Doc.
I tell you, Matt, I'm going to take down my shingle one of these days and let all these people find themselves a good vet.
Who's been souring your milk, Doc?
Oh, Miss Humboldt. That's her. She's been coming in every day for a week.
You're usually complaining about a shortage of patients, Doc.
Yeah, well, that woman's not a patient. She's a suicide.
Well, now, Doc, that might be said of anybody who comes to you.
Huh? Oh, yeah. Oh, well, the price for cutting bullets out of you just went up, Matt.
Okay. Tell me about Miss Humboldt.
Oh, she wants to be bled all the time, and I won't do it.
A lot of people think bleeding's good for them.
Well, I don't, and I just...
Oh, Doc.
Hi, Chester.
He's right inside the Alpha here, Mr. Dillon. I just saw him.
Who did you see, Chester?
That gambler, Corder.
What?
And he's got somebody else with him, some stranger.
Well, we'll see you later, Doc.
Oh, yeah, well, sure, man.
Come on, Chester.
There they are, at the bar, Mr. Dillon.
Well, I'll be...
There he is, Toque. That's him.
Him?
I'm back, Marshal. Brought a man with me to sort of look after my interests. You won't buffalo him so easy.
Hello, Toque.
You really the marshal here?
Didn't Corder tell you?
He didn't mention no name.
Here, what are you talking about?
Toque Morlan and I are old friends, Corder. We worked and rode a long time together. In fact, we went through quite a lot. Didn't we, Toque?
Too much, Matt. Remember?
Yeah, I remember.
You're marshal now, huh?
And you've sold your gun to Corder here. Is that right?
That's right.
So you're here to kill me?
Yeah. I'm here to kill you.
March 20th, 1954, Gunsmoke on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox. Thanks for tuning into Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox. We now return to Dodge City, Kansas for an episode of Gunsmoke, March 20th, 1954.
It was a bad feeling to meet Toque Morlan again after some 15 years, and to have him standing at the bar of the Alafraganza, hired by a crooked gambler to kill me. Toque and I had run horses together over in Colorado. Until the night we rode into La Junta and got taken by a drunken mob and beaten half to death. And the next day, when they found out we weren't the men they wanted, it was too late. By then, something had gone wrong inside Toque. And as soon as he could climb on a horse, he'd ridden off without a word. I never saw him again. Until now.
How long you been a marshal?
Quite a while, Toque.
I never figured a lawman for much.
A lot of people don't. Like Corder here.
Go ahead, Toque. Shoot him. I'll back you up.
I handle my own gunfighting, Corder.
I want to talk to you, Toque. Come on over to a table.
Oh, no, you don't, Marshal. You stay
Shut
right
up,
here.
Corder. Come on, Toque. Sit down. Well, Toque, is this your profession now? Shooting people?
I gamble a little.
Why do you do it, Toque?
I don't like people much. Not after what happened at La Junta.
Oh, you got over that beating? We both did. Anyway, that was a long time ago.
Maybe my memory is better than yours.
No, it isn't. We both changed after that, Toque.
We sure did.
But in different ways. Now you hate everybody, I just hate mobs. I guess that's one reason I became a lawman.
There was a lawman helping them that night at La Junta. The sheriff himself.
Well, there are good sheriffs and bad.
Like marshals?
Like anybody, Toque.
It's kind of too bad you're a marshal, Matt.
You mean you're going through with this anyway?
I never back off from a fight.
Well, suppose I won't fight.
I get paid all the same. But you'll have to get out of Dodge.
You think I'll do that?
No. But I'll give you 24 hours to worry it around.
All right, Toque. That gives you 24 hours, too.
I don't change. Talk's nothing to me.
But money is.
It adds to the pleasure.
Tell me something, Toque.
Huh?
You'd, enjoy shooting me?
You ain't Matt Dillon no more. You're a lawman. Same as the one who helped him half kill me, and you too, Atlanta.
Ah, you're a fool, Toque.
Maybe. But I'm a pretty good gunman.
Sure.
You can let Corder run his game here, or you can quit.
It's a crooked game. There'd be fights. Men would die.
24 hours, Marshal Dillon.
Okay. 24 hours. Your cut, Chester.
You sure you don't want to stop, Mr. Dillon?
Just because I've been losing?
It could be a bad omen, especially today.
It's like I told Kitty, Chester. I don't depend on luck.
Oh, well. You two still playing cards?
Oh, Doc.
Doc, how many, Chester?
One.
Mm-hmm. Matt, you've been hiding out in here all day long while everybody's talking about how you let that gambler come back to town yesterday after running him out. And I don't like it.
I'm taking 3, Chester. It'll all be settled tonight, Doc.
Mm-hmm. Well, they're saying you're afraid of that gunman he's got with him, that Toque something.
It's your bet, Chester. Doc, don't get drunk too early today, huh? We might need you.
Oh, I quit. I can't even think to bet, Mr. Dillon.
Okay, Chester.
If there's anything I hate, it's a paid gunman.
A paid gunman? Oh, so that's what he is.
Ain't there no way at all to stop him, Mr. Dillon?
How are you going to stop a man that kills just for money?
Just for money? Hey, wait a minute. Doc, do you know where he is now?
Well, he was in the Texas Trail a little while ago, Matt.
Good. I'll be back later. Hello, Toque.
Well, Marshal Dillon. Sit down, Marshal. You know Miss Kitty here?
Hello, Matt.
Kitty.
I've been talking about you, me and Kitty. I'm talking about me, too.
Good. That's what I want to talk about, Toque.
Me? Well, go right ahead. But don't stay too long. She's a real pretty girl, man.
Maybe I'd better leave.
If you leave, I leave with you.
Matt?
It's all right, Kitty. Stay. Toque, how much is Corder paying you to get rid of me?
$300.
Now, what if I give you $300?
To shoot him.
You don't care who you kill, do you?
It don't matter much.
No. All right. I'll give you $300 to clear out of here and forget this whole business.
Why?
Well, we were good friends once, Toque, till you got mad and started hating everybody.
You've changed too, Matt. You sure never were a coward in the old days.
Is that what you think I am?
Well, so does Kitty. Don't you, Kitty?
Don't tell me what I think, mister.
He's full of vinegar, Matt. A girl like that deserves a real man. Yeah, I think I'll get my money from Corder so I can hang around Dodge and get a little better acquainted with her.
No, I am leaving.
Well, Guess there's nothing more to say, Toque.
Nothing I know of. See you in about an hour, Marshal. Unless you go hide.
Matt Dillon's not the hiding type. Do you notice that the radio version of Gunsmoke is a lot grittier than the television version ever was? Plus, I get the Dodge City feel from this. I only get the Hollywood feel from the television version. Gunsmoke, March 20th, 1954 on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox. The conclusion follows these words from your favorite radio station. Classic Radio Theater family, you know our friend Mike Lindell has a passion to help everyone get the best sleep of your life. He didn't stop by just creating the best pillow. He created the best bed sheets ever. They look and feel great, which means an even better night's sleep for me because, you know, I'm working like 67 hours a day. Now, Mike's offering the best deal on his Giza Dreams bed sheets ever. You can get a set of Giza sheets for as low as $29.98. You'll never want to sleep on anything else once you slept on a set of Giza Dream sheets. A special offer for you right now. You can get a set of Giza sheets for as low as $29.98. Call 1-800-928-4715. Use the promo code Wyatt. Or go to mypillow.com, use the promo code Wyatt. It's good on anything on the website. That number again, 1-800-928-4715. Use my promo code Wyatt. Now on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox, the conclusion of Gunsmoke, March 20th, 1954, The Old Friend.
Hey, Shorty, I told him, Mr. Dillon.
Thanks, Chester.
He said he likes the idea of meeting you in the street.
So do I. There's less chance of anybody else getting hurt out here.
Yes, sir. Uh-oh. There he comes.
Yeah.
Mr. Dillon, I wish you'd...
Get out of the street, Chester.
Yes, sir.
I guess you ain't a coward after all.
Then get out of Dodge, Toque. And take Corder with you.
Corder don't mean nothing to me.
Does anything?
Just killing people. Especially lawmen.
Okay, Toque. Go ahead.
Watch me. I'm hurt, Matt. Bad.
Yeah.
You hit me. Both times.
I had to.
Funny thing, man.
What?
I'm lying here, flooding inside, dying. But I ain't mad no more. I don't hate nobody.
Toque,
It's too late to do anything about it.
Yeah. It's too late, Toque.
Sure. Oh,
Here it is.
Chester,
Yes, sir.
take care of him, will you?
You going after Corder?
Carter isn't the kind of man who'll stay around after this. No, I'm going for a ride. Alone.
Gunsmoke, under the direction of Norman Macdonnell, stars William Conrad as Matt Dillon, U.S. Marshal. Tonight's story was specially written for Gunsmoke by John Meston, with music composed and conducted by Rex Corey. Featured in the cast were John Daner, Lawrence Dobkin, and Vic Perrin. Parley Bear as Chester, Howard McNear as Doc, and Georgia Ellis as Kitty. Join us again next week as Matt Dillon, U.S. Marshal, fights to bring law and order out of the wild violence of the West in Gunsmoke. Laughs Ahead on CBS Radio tomorrow night with Our Miss Brooks on most of these stations. George Walsh speaking. Stay tuned now for Gangbusters, which follows in a few minutes over most of these same stations. There's comedy with My Little Margie Sunday nights on the CBS Radio Network.
March 20th, 1954, Gunsmoke on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox. So once again here on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox, thanks to Ted at RadioMemories.com for this episode and these episodes you've been hearing of Lum and Abner. As we listen to this episode, and by the way, there's a Gunsmoke connection to this episode of Lum and Abner. It was broadcast March 20th, 1953, and I think you can figure it out, but I'll just let you listen and see.
Granny's, Abner, I believe that's our ring.
Doggy's Lum, I believe you're right.
Now, see. Hello, jot 'em down, store. This is Lum and Abner.
And now, let's see what's going on down in Pine Ridge.
Howdy, this is Dick Huddleston, and I'm proud to report that for a change, Lum Edwards is a happy man today. First, he got out of marrying the widow Abernathy. Second, radio station VPR is showing a profit. And third, a man from the FCC is coming to pay him a visit. Now, neither Abner nor Lum know just what FCC stands for, and I don't think they're going to be too happy when they find out. They're over at the Jot 'em Down store right now trying to figure it out.
Well, I'd still like to know what a FCC man is, Lum.
Well, I don't know for sure myself, but I reckon FCC is just the name of some little old radio station.
I ain't never heard of it.
Well, I ain't neither, but like I say, it's just some new little station this feller, Mr. Smith's trying to start up, more than likely.
Oh.
And the reason he's coming over here to see us is to get some advice.
Advice?
Yeah, more than likely wants to see how they do it on a big station.
Well, what's he coming here for, then?
Because we've got a big station.
We have?
Why, sure.
Oh, yeah.
It might not look like such a big one right now, but it will be. And it sounds like such a big one over the air, too.
It does, huh?
Oh, yeah. All them big programs we got on now, and all the big stars.
What big stars?
Well, we got me, the announcer that grins while he talks.
Yeah, but...
And we got the Macmillan boys.
Well, yeah.
And Mother.
Yeah, but, Lum, they ain't such big, Oh, Doggy, there's Squire Skimp heading over this way.
Yeah, I reckon what he wants.
Say, that reminds me, Grandpap said that he told Squire about this Mr. Smith wanting to see us.
And he said Squire had the idea that maybe this Mr. Smith was wanting to buy our station, get up a sort of a chain, he said.
Oh, no, he's wrong. But I bound you Squire's coming over here to try to make himself some money on the deal. You just watch and see.
Mind out, here he comes. Yeah, howdy, Squire.
Yeah, howdy, Squire. Come on in, old boy.
Well, thank you, thank you. And how are my good friends today?
Oh, just only tolerably. What can we do for you?
Oh, nothing, Lum. I just dropped in to pass the time of day. Life isn't worth living, you know, if a man can't take time out to be friendly. I always say that.
Yeah, that's right. Have you saw Grandpappy Spears lately, Squire?
No, I don't believe I've seen him for quite a spell. How is the old gentleman?
Oh, he's all right.
Salt of the earth, that man, yes, salt of the earth. Squire, Grandpappy Spears said
Hey, shut that.
What's that, Abner?
He never said nothing.
Yes, I did.
He said Grandpappy Spears was over Cherry Hill last week, but he's back now.
He was?
Abner, I believe there's some grocery orders that ought to be got up over there.
Oh, I done got 'em up, Lum.
Well, find something to do in the feed room or somewhere.
Now, Lum, how's your little radio station going?
Oh, not bad. What'd you ask that for?
Oh, no reason. Just interested in your welfare.
Uh-huh.
You know, I was thinking the other night how nice it would be if you could find someone to put a little capital into this enterprise and build it into something worthwhile.
Something worthwhile? What do you think it is now?
Well, it's not much, of course, but now it does have possibilities, especially with a man of your brains at the head of it.
A man of my brains, huh?
There we go.
Well, Squire...
Now, if you could find someone to throw some financing into this, Lum, why, it'd be worth it to you men to give him a half interest in it.
You think it'd be worth it, huh?
Oh, my, it's more than worth it. And I do want to see you men get ahead.
Well, Squire, while you was thinking about all this, you never had nobody particular in mind to put up this money, did you?
No, I never, Lum. Men like that are hard to find, you know. But now, if you do find one, well, you want to nail him. Don't let him get away from you.
Oh, Squire, you wouldn't consider putting up that money yourself, would you?
Lum,
For a half interest?
Oh, no, of course not. Now, it is odd, though, that you mentioned it to me, Lum. I did sort of run the idea through my head.
You did?
Yes, but now I didn't want you to feel that I was forcing myself into the deal in any way.
Oh, no.
I wouldn't want to do that, you know, never.
I know how you feel, Squire,
Yeah.
so I'll respect your feelings and we'll just drop it.
Well, now, wait now, Lum. We can at least talk about it. Now, tell me, Lum, this man Smith, he hasn't been here yet, has he?
How'd you know about him?
Why, I just heard it down the street, you know. News travels fast in a small town, you know that.
Yeah.
He hasn't been here yet, has he?
No, he ain't. But what difference does that make?
Oh, no, none at all. I just thought it might be a good idea to complete our transaction, and, well, then, if any business matters might happen to come up with this Smith, why, I could sort of help you out, you know.
I see.
Be more than happy to lend the weight of my vast business experience to any little thing that might come up, Lum. Now, I've got a sort of well, you might call it a rough contract we could sign.
I bet it is rough.
What's that, Lum?
Well, Squire, in the first place, this Smith ain't no big-time radio feller. He's just from some little old station I never even heard of, FCC. And in the second...
hold it now, FCC. He's from the FCC?
Oh, that's what he claims. And in the second...
Lum, I think we better continue our discussion later. I've got to get back to my office. Just recollected an appointment I think I've got over there. Well, I'll see you men later.
Well, wait a minute, Squire.
No, I can't now, Lum. I'll see you later. So long.
Granny's, I sure taking the wind out of his sails. Did you see how he walked right into the trap, swallowed the bait whole?
Yeah, but did you see his face when you said FCC? Seemed like that meant something to him, Lum. He generally doesn't turn green or purple that way.
Well, it did. He seen right that this Smith was just some little old two-bit operator, so he dropped the whole scheme like a hot potato.
Hey, Lum, look out there in front. Reckon that's Mr. Smith coming up out there?
Huh?
That fella right there.
Oh, I don't know. He's a stranger.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's more than likely him, all right.
Toby, I bet it is.
Well, howdy do, sir. Come right on in.
Well, how do you do? Mr. Edwards and Mr. Peabody, I presume?
That's right. You Mr. Smith, ain't you?
That's right.
I'm Mr. Edwards, and this here's my partner, Abner Peabody. junior partner.
How do you do?
How do you do?
Abner's one of the vice presidents in our big radio station here.
Oh, I see.
I suppose you want to look things over and see just how we do it.
Yes, that's the reason I'm here. We got wind of what you were doing out here, but I was surprised to find out that you were operating a shortwave set so flagrantly.
Oh, you think we're operating flagrantly now? Just wait till we get into full swing.
What do you mean you intend to keep this up?
Keep it up. We're just getting started. Ain't that right, Vice President?
Huh?
Oh, we got plans you wouldn't even believe.
Well, this is interesting.
Yeah, we plan to cover the whole United States of America before we get done.
Oh.
You more than likely ain't used to seeing things did on such a big scale.
No, I'm not. That's true.
Oh, yeah, we're on a big scale now.
Yeah, you just sit around here for a couple of days, Mr. Smith, and you'll see radio broadcasting like you've never seen it before. You'll get more information than you'll need.
Well, I'm beginning to believe that you're right.
Yes, you've come to the right place, all right. By the way, we're going on the air pretty soon now, and you can see just how we operate.
That's exactly what I want to see.
Oh, I tell you, we're two of the biggest operators in the business.
Well, at least you're honest about it.
Well, I've always believed in honesty.
Yes, he has.
Honesty is the best policy. I've always said that. Fact is, that's a old lettered saying.
Well, that's fine, coming from you.
Thank you. Now, this next program we got coming up is one of our bigger ones. Brings in $12 a program.
Wait just a minute. You mean you're selling time on this radio?
Well, natural. You can't make no money giving it away.
Yeah, we're getting rich off of it.
Well, we ain't exactly rich yet, but we aim to get to be at least millionaires out of it.
Well, by George, I've never run into anything like this before.
Oh, you won't find operators like us very often.
No, you're right, but we're always on the lookout for them.
That's mighty nice of you to say that.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Just how long do you think you can get away with it?
Oh, as long as our health holds out, I reckon. It's harder on Abner than me, of course, because he has to crank the generator. But then we're sort of aiming on hiring somebody to do that work for us.
Yeah.
You see, we're branching out.
Just a minute. Are you sure you know who you're talking to?
Well, you're Mr. Smith, ain't you?
And you know I'm from the FCC?
Oh, yeah, we know that, but you don't need to be ashamed of it. Everybody has to get started somewhere or other.
Get started?
Yeah. Now, look, son, you tell us exactly what you want to know about this, and we'll give you the lowdown on everything.
Well, now, just wait a minute. I don't quite get this.
Well, it'll get clearer to you as you go along.
Well, just why are you telling me all this?
Because you look like a likely young feller that'd like to make yourself a little money.
Oh,
yeah, sure. Yeah, we want to see you get ahead, kid.
Uh-huh.
You're a smart-looking young man, and we might even take you in with us for a while just to get you started, you know.
Yes, I see. Well, I'm afraid I'm not interested in your little proposition, Mr. Edwards.
Well, suit yourself. Just trying to help you all.
I didn't come out here for help. I came out here for information. And believe me, I've got plenty.
Oh, you ain't got half as much information as we can give.
No, not half as much.
Well, it's enough for my purposes.
Well, I think there's a whole lot more things you ought to know if you ever expect to make a success out of that little station of yours.
Little station of mine?
Yeah. What do you call it? FCC?
Yeah. Oh, now wait a minute. I don't believe you know what that means after all.
Well, initials don't always have to mean something. Us radio executives just pick out different initials, like we picked out VPR and...
Well, for your information, Mr. Edwards, FCC happens to mean something. It stands for Federal Communications Commission.
Huh?
And for your further information, operating an unlicensed shortwave set, as you've been doing, is punishable by a fine of $10,000 or 2 years in prison.
Huh?
Or both.
Thanks again to Ted at RadioMemories.com for all these great Lum and Abner shows. I told you there was a Gunsmoke connection in today's Lum and Abner program from March 20th, 1953. And you recognize Lum and Abner, Chester Locke, and Norris Goff they did all the voices generally. But occasionally they had to bring in another voice. And so today they brought in Floyd the Barber, or Doc Adams, as you want to refer to them, Howard McNear. Howard McNear played several roles on the show, including Dr. Roller, the pest controller, Talbert, the store robber, and Detective Wilson in the Mountain View Hotel storyline. So there you have it, Howard McNear making a visit to Pine Ridge, Arkansas as an FCC inspector. Not what he wanted to have happen. Now, Parley Bear also made some appearances in Lum and Abner. Between his Gunsmoke episodes, he would come in and do some roles as well. Parley Bear had a wonderful career, and he had a particular love for the old boys. We know that he was on the show, but according to the folks over at the National Lum and Abner Society, they're not sure exactly where. He had been on the program, but they're not sure actually where and when. But there you go. Lum and Abner, March 20th, 1953, here on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox. I mentioned Ted at RadioMemories.com. He can provide you programs on cassette or on CD or on flash drive for your computer, which is really the easiest way to do it. But if you have friends that have cassette and you don't have a way to do it and you want to share some shows with them, get them from Ted at RadioMemories.com. The price, very reasonable. RadioMemories.com. We also want to take a moment to thank this radio station and support their advertisers. Their kindness and courtesy allow us to be with you each and every time we roll around here on your favorite radio station. Now, if you miss a day, you don't have to miss a single show because all of our shows are available. We do 21 hours a week, going back 2 years. We actually go back farther than that, but the shows prior to 2022 are lost to the ages. I'm sorry to say that, but you can hear all of our shows over the last year at classicradio.stream. You can stream our shows. You can learn how to build a classic radio collection of your own. You can contact me, find our social media links, and if you're so inclined, you can buy me a copy to help support our distribution channels and help us acquire additional classic radio collections. That's at classicradio.stream. Have yourself a great day. Tell all your friends the greatest radio shows of all time are right here at this spot on the dial. Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox on your favorite radio station.